a little less crowded. The other day, there was nobody, but I think people are trickling back into the city and back opening businesses. It is Friday. We're gonna see if Pallet's open, which I believe it should be. Um, and I think a lot of places will open up Monday. I think Monday a lot of stuff will start opening. So maybe the tea place. I'll be very interested to see if the tea place is open on Monday. They said, oh, we go from, I think it was 14th or the 16th to the 23rd. But we couldn't clarify if the 23rd was the day they're coming back or if they'll still be gone on the 23rd and return the 24th. But hopefully they will be there Monday, waiting with my milk tea in my hand. Matt, what's up, buddy? What's up, Biggie? Chinese New Year. What's up, Big E? Trying to deal with most of our places, at least our local places. About half of them are shut down, but Pallet has been open this whole time, so I believe Pallet will be open. This place is open too, but I've never seen anyone ever in that restaurant. Not once, not ever. And it's been there for about 6 months or so. We were in Chinatown, Singapore today, and it was packed. See, it's kind of the opposite here. A lot of people are gone, but I've known over the past couple years that a lot of people don't actually live here in the city of Da Nang, like the Vietnamese, and they all go back home. So Pallet is open. Let's see how packed it is, because it's been packed for the past few days. This is already a warning sign. Let's see. No table, no table, no table. I don't think there's a table. No table. Damn. No table? No. Oh, you're heading out? Okay. I sit here. Thank you. I appreciate it. Is everyone with relatives? They start coming back tomorrow. Why tomorrow? Tomorrow would, in my opinion, tomorrow would be the peak day of celebrating, because it's the Saturday before you go back from all the festivities, I guess you would call it. The big choice today is bonnet or beef, rice and vegetables. No, of course she can't be back. Remember, she has no visa. Remember, if you're the real Dark Brother, she did exactly what you did. Didn't apply for the visa to the last day of Tet. I assume an always empty restaurant is for activities. Well, all the restaurants that we've practically seen in the past few days have been pretty packed. So they've been pretty packed. I think I know what I'm gonna get. Do you think I'm gonna get bonnet, or am I gonna get the beef, rice, and vegetables? Daddy on duty. Oh, they close at 10 p.m. today, I think. What time is it? Oh, they're closing. I just barely beat it in. It looks like they're closing at 10. Everyone went to grandma's house? Bonnet, 2 eggs. I don't really know what kind of video I can do about Tet. Why would it be over on Friday night? That doesn't make sense. That's weird. I don't understand it, man. I don't understand it. I don't know why everyone would be coming back on a Saturday on the peak last couple days before you got to come back to reality. But I don't know. I think they're closing early. I think they close at 10, at least for Tet, because normally it's not till 11. Normally it's 11. Do people leave city? Yeah. So I think the first time that I remember, not COVID, but Tet here, a lot of people left, man. A lot of people left. It surprised me because I kind of just thought naturally everybody that's in Danong is just from here. Because like in my city where I grew up, nobody just goes like, oh, let me go hang out and go live in Vallejo, California. Like people born and raised there. So out here, I kind of think like, why would they leave their city in Vietnam to come up to Danong? But I was surprised that a lot of people do. And a lot of them go back towards Hanoi area. Or not even Hanoi, but more of like the little rural province areas up by Hanoi. I don't know. Fluffy dropped the ball and forgot to do her visa before the freaking Tet hit. Nothing really, man. Remember, normally we do trivia on Friday nights. We didn't do trivia tonight, and we didn't do trivia last week. Those are usually my only planned events for the weekend. Yeah, she forgot to do her visa. No clue how. No clue how. So now she has to wait all the way till the holidays are over and then apply. But the thing about it is, wasted all these days and the backlog and the pileup of all the people that have already applied and have been applying during Tet. But maybe that'll be a learning lesson for her. She's literally came back at least 6, 7, 8 times, and she knows every time. She knows the visa. I don't know how she possibly dropped the ball. Don't know. I can't even explain it. I don't even want to think about it because it would be like you forgetting to put your seatbelt on after you put your seatbelt on 10 years in a row every time you get in your car. Late night dinner for me. Late night dinner. I would really have to do a comparison, but from the little stuff that I seen of him, the Western overall, I would probably say yeah, but I would say you have to compare apples to apples. So a lot of the stuff he was looking for is like those pre-made like sushi rolls that come in like Safeway, like in the deli section. He's talking about a lot of Western options like that. He took me to a burger place, but the burger place, I'm a burger snob, so I can clearly judge them correctly. It tasted like it had filler, but it was cheap. It was cheap. And it was like a nice restaurant. It was cheap, but there definitely was some filler in it. We're gonna order from Pallet over here right now. See, I don't understand. Trying. Oh, here we go. Oh. Beef, vegetables, rice, and eggs. Come on. Obviously, you guys just heard it now, but we'll let you guys vote what you guys think I should have. But it doesn't. I would agree with you, Dark Brother, if I wasn't paying rent already here. I'm not going to pay 2 rents a month. That's just crazy. Especially, it doesn't make sense. Now, what we debated months ago was giving up the apartment and just going up and down the coast, traveling full time, staying in hotels, staying for as long as we want. Then we would have done like a Cambodian thing. But it doesn't make sense to pay $475 for a 2-bedroom apartment here and then go just let it sit and then go pay rent for another place. What's up, Lutzav? Yeah, she stays with her family in Manila. Ribs? So I'm not a rib guy, but I do know there's at least 2 rib restaurants that we go to. I've never had it though. A Country Barbecue, and I think Pumbaa's does ribs too. If I move to Nha Trang, I don't think so. Because of 2 reasons. One, the area that I would want to live in, the equivalent to An Thuong, way more expensive than An Thuong. So what I would have to do is either overpay to stay in the area that I want, Nha Trang, or I would have to move way up north, like 15-ish, 20-ish minutes car, going up from the main Nha Trang area up to where Marcus lives. But it's a non-local area. It's Russians and Ukrainians, and it's like Western restaurants, and that's not where I would live. So where I would live in Nha Trang would be way more expensive. Traveling the train, it would probably be a little bit cheaper to do the train route because we could stay in hotels. Like there's an awesome hotel that we stay in for Wien Yan, and it's like $7 when it's at its cheapest. But normally it's about $10-11. You guys have seen it. It's been in a video. Actually, you guys have seen both of the hotels we stay in Wien Yan. Both hotels that we stay in Wien Yan are less than $10 a night. So we could literally stay there at a hotel for like $300 a month. We wouldn't save extremely a lot of money, but what we would make up for it in is a lot more cities, a lot more content, and just a little bit of a savings. So that's why we kind of weighed it out and we're like, hey, it doesn't make sense to save $80 a month and always be lugging around our bags, living in hotels, and then not even sure if that content will do good like it will in Da Nang. What's up, Bonnie? I'm not going to play... Dark Brother always wants me to come up with these schemes. Dark Brother, you know it's illegal, first of all, to do Airbnb in Vietnam. Second of all, you want me to sublease. I'm not going to sublease someone's apartment that I don't own. And then what happens if they don't want to move out? What happens if they put holes in the place? Can't do it. So it's either stay in this apartment and do just quick trips, or give up the apartment and do longer trips. Don't listen to the fake dark brother. I can't tell who the fake dark brother is. Actually, I probably could, because I do not believe the fake dark brother knows much about the Bay Area. I think the true, or at least who I believe the true dark brother is, knows about the Bay Area. He might, I'm assuming he lives there, but I assume he at least knows a lot about the Bay Area. That's the way to weed out the fake one. You guys pick beef and rice. No, Army Guy lives up here now. Army Guy moved. Right when Evan moved from Da Nang to Ho Chi Minh, Evan moved, not Evan, but when Evan moved to Ho Chi Minh, Army Guy moved to Da Nang. Oh, at Pallet last night after dinner. Was I at Pallet? No, I cooked dinner last night, so it must have been 2 nights ago. It's too late. I already ordered it. It was funny because as soon as I was typing that, the lady came by, and I was just hitting hold when I ordered. Yeah, Army Guy's out here now. Army Guy lives in Sun Trough. Actually, but Army Guy's not here right now. I don't think he'll be back for a couple more days. Where's? Horror stories? No. Is it a family friend? Da Nang? Yeah, Da Nang is. Da Nang is going to be your best, cheapest Southeast Asian family-friendly place, I think. Fluffy's in the Philippines. Yeah, I think he's in India right now. I don't know if he's still technically there, but I know he was there. But I don't remember which day he said he's coming back. Maybe he said the weekend. Maybe he said the weekend. Let me show you guys. This is how I eat with 2 spoons. Once again, we'll show off the Pallet wide variety of menu. But my 2 go-tos are always the bonnet or the beef, rice, and vegetables. I'm not sure. Fluffy forgot to do her visa, and she didn't remember till the day before Tet. So now she has to wait till the government opens back up to apply. Whenever Fluffy stays at a hotel, it is covered. I think they're closing at 10 tonight. Make sure you guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I think we're going to do a meetup at 15,000 subscribers, so we need about 900 more. So it's all based on all you non-subscribers. Last month I hit a little over 1,000 subscribers, so if we can keep that ratio up, maybe March will be the meetup. March will probably be the 15,000 meetup if we can keep that ratio up. So if you guys haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. Big city. What's the appeal of the big city in Vietnam? Yeah, this place is called Pallet. The big city in Vietnam. Are you talking about Ho Chi Minh? Are you talking about Ho Chi Minh? Because I guess Da Nang is a big city to me compared to where I come from. But Da Nang is a small city in terms of Vietnam. I think it's the fourth largest city here. Scooter group ride. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of Ho Chi Minh or Hanoi. Hanoi, I'll have to give a second chance because I've only been there once. But I've been to Ho Chi Minh 3 times. I'm not sure. Our last few meetups have been at Bikini Bottoms, but we'll see. I'm assuming we have at least a month to go before we start approaching that 15,000. A pet groomer. Jesus Christ. A pet groomer. Dude, get a comb. I didn't even know you need to groom pets. How often do you groom pets? Is it weekly, monthly, yearly? A real bargain when it comes to medical tourism. Wow. You moved to Da Nang, yet I just got charged $40 for a smoothie in Ho Chi Minh. Jeez, man, that's crazy. I mean, here's all I can say. For all the people that love Ho Chi Minh and the big things and the glittery lights and everything's here, you're going to pay for it. So one way or the other, you'll get more stuff there. And I guess for you guys that are looking for it, there's more stuff for you guys. But you're going to pay 2 or 3 times more. Persians need constant upkeep. Monthly? Jeez Louise. Persian. Let's take a look. Let's see if they're cooking in the back. Everybody's gone now. I think they're closed and this guy's trying to stumble in. $40 for, there's no way, man. Come on, you did not get charged $40 for, $40 would be about 1 million VND for a smoothie, unless you got silver, gold, titanium in a Bitcoin cup. No way. Dinner, you should see it in just a minute. If you guys stick around, you guys will see my lovely dinner. You can get a ticket. Jesus Christ. Where do you guys live? That's crazy. Who the hell is looking at dogs? And what do? Like, chase the dog down and put the ticket on the dog's collar? No. It's because of, usually it comes within about 5 minutes here. But remember, it's Tet. And when I got here, this place was packed. I didn't even have a table. But normally it's about 5 minutes. Lately during Tet, it's been about 10. I don't even think not quite 15 minutes. See, you eat with the locals? Man, this is a local restaurant right here. I go down Food Street. My tea place is local. I would say about 80% of all my places are local. Probably 80% of my places are local. You guys see all the places I go to. I would say, just to be safe, I would say 70% of all the places I go to are local. Who or Dalat? What's the name of the town in the mountains? Oh yeah, that's called Dalat. Philip likes that city. But they just closed down the airport, which kind of sucks for people that wanted to go. I'd rather stay in Singapore and chill with elite Vietnams. Only cheap if you downgrade your lifestyle. I don't believe that at all. What can I get for $1,000 in Singapore compared to what can I get in Vietnam for $1,000? That's a good comparison. So remember, when I ask you, what am I going to get in Singapore for $1,000? Remember, that's a 25% increase from what I'm paying now. So imagine what I would get in Danong for a total of $1,000 a month. I'm spending about $750 now with me and my girlfriend and a $470 rent payment. So basically, I'm only spending about $300 on everything that's not including rent. Impossible in Singapore. Have you, or how many times have you had food poisoning? Never, actually. Well, I take it back. I did tell one story when I think I was 20. I went to Mexico. Um, what was I gonna say? So for me, where was I at? Food poisoning. Oh, I got food poisoning, but I think it was from the ice in Mexico, and that was like 2001. And I can't pinpoint it specifically, but in 2020. Come on.
Yes, yes, one sandwich.
So I got sick that time, and then also I got sick. I was coming from Da Nang Airport to Ho Chi Minh. Actually, I was coming from Da Nang to Ho Chi Minh, and here's my food right there. Da Nang to Ho Chi Minh, and I got water at the Da Nang Airport, like from the international area to get water. And then when I landed in Ho Chi Minh, I got a banh mi, and there was nothing wrong with it. It tasted fine, it tasted good. But about 3 hours later, I got sick. So those are the two times that I've technically got sick. The ice, for sure, I know I got sick from in Mexico, but I can't say for sure if it was the banh mi or if it was the water from the Da Nang airport, which I find hard to believe, but I'm not sure. You're killing it in Da Nang. Hey, what's up, expats? I watched your collab burger video. All of them, Fly takes it, but respect. Okay. I could see how you can like Fly burgers. Fly burgers is not bad. I am not a big fan of Fly burgers fries, though. I'm not a fan of their fries at all. I would eat them, but I'm not a fan. But I really like their patty melt, and I like their Dragon Bridge burger. So those two are definitely my favorite at Fly Burger. But I still choose Bikini Bottoms as number one. Number two, I'm gonna put Fly Burger tied with Cowboy because they both have the same problem to me. Cowboy, amazing burger, but I don't care for their fries. Same thing with Fly Burger. Great patty melt, great Dragon Bridge burger, but I don't care for their fries. I probably got the rest of the carrots. I didn't get an egg, unfortunately, but like I said, it's Tet. I'm not going to cry about it. I'm not going to have them do any extra work to go make an egg. So that may be a local restaurant, but those guys aren't Asians. Well, for one, not to toot my own horn, but I've been coming to this restaurant for about 2.5 years. And when I used to come here, not many people at all would be in here. So honestly, I pump this place up a lot. I believe a lot of these people that are in here have heard about this place or seen it on my YouTube channel, because this is probably one of the restaurants that I get recognized the most. People say, oh, I watched your video. I tried Pallet. This is one of them that people always mention. It's not really fun to chill at because all the hot ladies are not hanging out there. Go to the Bargain Hunter place to see the beautiful ladies. I know this is going to come to a shocker to some of you guys, but man, I'm getting old. I just turned 44, and walking around with my tongue hanging out, staring at women is just not a top priority for me. I don't base my travel on women. I enjoy great cost of living, great lifestyle, peaceful. I love peace. I never realized how much I love peace until I got away from the USA. Islands Coffee here is crowded. No, it's not empty now. This place is already closed. They've been closed for about 30 minutes. But when I came in here, Philip, this place was packed. I got the last table. Anthlong? Yes, I am in Anthlong. Last day of New Year's. That's so weird to me. How is this the end of Tet when it's just the weekend? 1,000 in Vietnam works if you're on a budget like mine. YouTube famous. Where are you as a friend? That's where we're visiting on. Old man Will doesn't travel. I've actually traveled a lot more than Philip actually this year. I guarantee you I've traveled more than Philip because I've been to at least, what were we in, 6 Philippine cities? I was in at least 4 different Vietnam cities. Did I go anywhere else? So I've been to at least 10 cities in the past 12 months in 2 countries. I tried Pallet because of you, but I also have the restaurant 2 doors. Which one is 2 doors down? 2 doors this way, which is kind of like that glassed in pool place, or it's another little small restaurant that looks like Pallet down towards the other way. And I never see anybody at those. Yeah, but the USA and the Philippines, but Philip, you went back to the USA just to go freaking be miserable back in the USA. It wasn't a trip. You went back to the USA to go take care of your VA stuff and be miserable. Whereas I went to, let's name all the cities I went to this year. Wien Yan, Tuy Hoa, Nha Trang, Dong Hoi. That's 4 cities. Now let's name all the cities in the Philippines. Manila, San Juan, San Fernando, Subic Bay, Magaldan. So I went to at least 10 cities in 2 countries this year. You know what I want to fill you guys in on? So, are there any of you guys in Danong right now? I'm curious to see how many people are in Danong right now. I love Wien Yan. Wien Yan, I think, is going to be the next big city in Vietnam. But it's got 2 major problems for me and probably for most tourists. One, they have no way to get in and out, meaning there's no bus visa run and there's no international airport there. So you're screwed on that part. The second issue, even less English there and no Western zone. Like there's nothing even small compared to Anthlong there. If you could put a mini Anthlong, maybe just like 3 or 4 blocks even, that just have like some Western stuff and a little Western vibe, I think it would be a very interesting city. And then what I would do, if I can influence the government, I would have them figure out a way to do a bus border run so that people can do bus border runs from there. That would allow people to stay there long term. And then while they're doing the bus visa run, while they set that up, I would start building the airport in Wien Yan. That's my advice from the ambassador. But the problem is, if you live there, you got to come back up to Danong to do your visa run on the bus. And practically, if you do a flight, pretty much too. Phil only wants Makati red light district. Oh no, I always tell you guys that. So I tell you guys this. I've always said this, and I always will maintain this for until it changes, if it changes. USA is a terrible place to be if you are broke or just barely middle class, even decent middle class. But America might be the best country in the world if you are well off and have plenty of money. I I would probably say the United States, in my opinion, is the best country to be in if you have a lot of money. Doing after dinner walk. So for everyone, if you guys, I don't normally do it, but if I've been hearing a lot of talk about Grab. So if you guys have been trying to order Grab during TED, I'm sure you guys have noticed that not only is it taking extremely long, but a lot of your guys' orders are getting canceled. And I've realized, I think I've solved why that is. So a lot of people were thinking, oh man, these restaurants are extremely packed and busy. But Detroit Motor City, they said that they lost like 20 or 30 pizzas over the past few days because they would make them, get them ready, and then they would sit, and then there would be no drivers to come and pick them up, so the orders would get canceled. So what I think is going on, remember, if you are working in TET or working on TET as a local, you're getting guaranteed 2 or 3 times pay. So you're getting 2 to 3 times overtime, right? So what I think is happening, Grab drivers, Grab drivers don't get paid from Vietnam, they get paid from Grab. So these drivers are not getting 2 or 3 times pay during TET. So what I think happened is, I don't think there's any drivers. I think very, very, very few drivers are saying, hey, why am I going to stay and get paid the same that I do on any other day when I'm staying here and it's TET? I could go home and go see my family. And like all the regular workers that work at a restaurant are getting 2 or 3 times pay. And for us, we're not getting anything extra. So I think that's what's happening, is there's no drivers. I will be there for a month starting April 1st. Hotel prices. I found one-way flight, Saigon, Japan Airlines. My Vietnam brother is going to send. Kate. Hey, what's up, buddy?
Just wanted to say thank you.
I appreciate it. What's your name in here?
It's anti-belongs.
There it is. Are you doing your walk? I appreciate it, man. Keep watching. I appreciate it. Have a good night. The USA is also a great place. That's our buddy up here. When was his last message? I wanted to pin. There he is. He'd pin his message. That was our buddy. It seems like I run into a lot of people here at Pallet. Pallet's a great place, man. USA is a great place if you need money fast to bring back. You can get a seasonal job. Yeah, probably. I don't know how the job market is right now there, but yep. So I think, because think of it, if you're a Grab driver, why would you be working tech? You're not getting any overtime money. Whereas like the people that are working in the restaurants, they're getting at least 2 or 3 times the pay. Whereas you as a Grab driver, you're not working for Vietnam, you're working for Grab. Do you think Grab's paying 2 and 3 times per delivery? No, they're not. So to me, I believe there's probably little to no drivers at all. Nope. Everybody told me they did priority. Everybody. Every single person said they did priority to get that. I just don't think there's any drivers. Because answer this question. Why would you work for Grab during TET when you're not getting any extra money? Everyone else around you is getting 2 or 3 times pay. And you're not going to do that. Yeah, but I don't think the driver's getting that. I don't think the driver's getting that. Simple temporary jobs and get paid cash. You can only get certain jobs that locals can't do. Once again, big thumbs up to our subscriber that came in. He popped up. Big thumbs up, man. I appreciate that. It's always crazy when I see people that say, I watch you, and I'm like, wow. It's always Still surprising. I could probably imagine it, but if that was the case, we wouldn't be having a shortage of Grab drivers. So obviously, they're not all hurting. Come back 2 years of Vietnam. It's not about the ego. I would be miserable. I'd be absolutely miserable. I couldn't make money. Remember, where am I going to live? Remember, I don't have a car and I don't have a house. So come back to the Bay Area. Let's say I stayed at a hotel. Let's even say I get lucky and I get a hotel for $100 a night. I'm paying $3,000 to stay in a Motel 6, and that's before I even go rent a car. How much is a car rental a day? $20 at least, maybe 25. So I'm spending $2,500 to $3,000 to live in a motel, and then $900 a month on a rental car. I'm already $35 in the hole. $3,500. I don't have family I can stay with. I wish I had the nice big family mansion, silver spoon born in my mouth. I told you guys, man, I didn't grow up that way. I didn't grow up with the silver spoon, and I started my first job when I was 16. I paid for my college all by myself the whole way from San Francisco State. Never borrowed money from people, never did none of that. So for me, I don't have, to me, it's kind of crazy when people are like, hey, just stay with your family. I'm like, wow, you guys must be real freaking rich if you guys can have that. Because in my mindset, that's how it is. No. Why would I, Dark Brother, explain why I would do that. One, they would be miserable. Two, I would be miserable. I don't even think I can do it. Second of all, no matter what, I'd still be spending $900 a month on a rental car. So straight off the top, whatever I make, $900 minimum is off the top. And then, remember, that would be in Vallejo. So most likely I'm going to have to cross the bridge to get a job. That's another $6 a day. That's another $200. So I'm spending $1,100 plus gas. So I'm spending $1,400 a month to be miserable, and then make back what, $2,000 after $2,000 after taxes. I did cook the past 2 nights, actually. I was this close to cooking tonight, too. Go for your brother. I don't know what that means. Plus, another thing, if I went back to the USA, my channel would be dead. No one will watch my channel. My channel is only thriving when I do Danong content. Look what it did when I went to the Philippines. I can spot the fake Dark Brother, because the real Dark Brother would know about the Bay Area, and I can ask him, I can grill him some Bay Area stuff to know which one is the real Dark Brother. Dark Brother. Xin chào. Okay, let me payroll. $50,000, guys. So exactly Come on, thank you. Thank you. Wow, today closes 9 o'clock. See? That's how freaking busy they are. Which is great, but I think, I'm not trying to sound egotistical or nothing, but like I said, that place, it used to be like this one. Let me see. It used to be like this restaurant. See, look, this one's not even open. There would only be a few people out here. But I always recommend Pallet. And over the past 2 years, if you go ask the owners, that was the owner there sitting at the table. And the lady was the one that placed my order. I guarantee you, well, they've told me several times, oh, you bring lots of people in. They say they see your video. So I'm glad that it's that busy. But I think, honestly, no joke, this is my opinion, I think the wife is extremely exhausted and stressed because the last few times we've been there, she seemed very stressed before the holidays. I think there's just so many people going there, which is a great problem to have, right? Like, they're getting way customers, but it's basically only them two and the cook. So I think they're trying to keep up. Black on the left. Pretending to be a notorious channel troll is pretty wild. 1042 free foot. Even Philip's VA pension is beating you. Go earn some cash. I can't, man. Explain it to me. Explain how the math works, Dark Brother. And I'll break it down and I'll show you how it doesn't work. On top of the fact, how much does it cost for me to be miserable? How much of my life do I miss, ruin, or the uncountable amount of money to go be miserable? I am not on their Wi-Fi. No, I'm not on their Wi-Fi. I haven't been logging into Wi-Fi as much lately because I haven't been doing many streams. And remember, I get 8 gigabytes a day on my plan. I'm gonna grab me something to drink. Let's see if Otis has my favorite tea. We'll go sit back in Otis. My guy is waiting for you. Yeah, my fist is waiting for him. Let's see. You guys missed it. There was a miserable man that was sitting over here the other day that I had to go off on, right on live stream. Old man was all mad. He was sitting here, like basically where they were sitting, and he goes, "Can you keep it down? I came here for peace and quiet." I said to him, if you guys go back and look at the live, I go, "You came to An Thuong at the Q Market where the bun bao guy comes down and has a speaker and people are walking past you? You came here for peace and quiet?" And he just stood there looking like an idiot. Seasonal job? But I wouldn't make any money. Dog brother, how much money after rental car, gas, bridge, food, how much money do you think I would be pocketing after taxes? Shoot me a number for 4 months. Let me know what you think and I'll break it down and tell you how it won't work. Xin chào. Oh man, someone's been buying all my teas. Oh wait, it's probably been me. Damn. I wanted a tea. But they don't have any of my teas. Wow, you guys ever seen Welch's? Never seen Welch's until I got here. Oh, damn, I don't got any damn tea. Where's all the freaking teas? I guess I'll have to get one of these. This is okay. They do have the Mirinda, though. Hold on, I'll catch up with all your guys' messages as soon as I pay. And just, I don't know if you guys heard me say, but my dinner, the rice, beef, and vegetables was $50,000.
Thằng cà phê muốn ra dùng cà phê để ông về sửa thằng cà phê. Trưa mai lên.
Come on. Thank you. I've seen Welch's juice, but never Welch's soda. Never till I got here. So let me go sit out here, and then I'll catch up with your guys' questions. But Dark Brother, shoot me in here the math that you think somehow works out, because I've ran the numbers. So actually, I did that exact scenario. So when I was back in the USA from basically September to January 2023, damn, I need a chair. I did that. I worked at a job for literally almost 4 months, but I rented a car. That was $900 and something a month. Food was costing me, shoot, even on cheap, like $300 a month. So I was spending like $1,300, about $1,300 or $1,400 on transportation and food alone. Huh? Where do you come up with that, Dark Brother? So to get a quick job in the USA, especially the Bay Area, quick, you're probably gonna make $20 an hour, probably 20. Maybe, if you're lucky and you're just trying to have a quick job, maybe $22 or $23. So what are you making? You're making $800 a week, 8, 16, 24, 32. So you're making $3,200 before taxes. I wish I would know the taxes off the top of my head, but let's call it $3,000. You're gonna lose probably $500 minimum off of that, so that's $2,500. Let's minus the $1,400 on a rental car, gas, bridge, and food. You're left with about $900 a month, maybe, and that's assuming you don't spend any money on anything else. So I'm surplus $900 after working 40 hours a week. So after 4 months, I have a whopping $3,500 that I've saved to go back and be miserable. Let me scroll back up. Holy Inc. Mini seasonal jobs. Not here in the USA for sure. If it was fill up, going to Vietnam next month, very nice. They're paying like $22 to flip burgers. I don't think they're paying 22. I can almost guarantee you. I think I just seen a post from Vallejo where In-N-Out's making the most, and I think it was 18 or $19 in Vallejo. So for sure, McDonald's is not paying anywhere that. Renting a room would still cost you outrageous. And explain this. I go from living in a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, I'm not going to say paying the bills, because technically I'm $200-ish short on average a month. So 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom on the beach, no stress, paying $200 out of pocket every month, doing my YouTube videos. Or I can go back to the Bay Area, worry about my rental car's window being smashed out, having to pay for a window because some crackheads break into my car, going to a terrible, miserable job that I hate every single day to make $900 a month profit. Nah, that's an easy choice for me. You never had Welch's? I had Welch's grape juice, yes, but never had Welch's sodas. I've never seen Welch's sodas. I've definitely seen the juices, because I've had the juices. I've even had the Welch's jelly, but I've never seen Welch's sodas. I heard on TBD health insurance back $1,800. No way, 3 days. Yeah, I agree with that too. I think the only way it could work for a short time to live with family, and I don't have that option. That's why, like, all the people that go back to the USA, they're like, oh, it's not that bad. I'm like, where do you stay? Oh, I stay with family. And then I go like, oh, how do you get around? They're like, oh, my cousin has an extra car. And I'm like, okay, now you understand. For me, if I just went back for 2 weeks, say I went for 2 weeks, I'd be paying $1,400 in rental car. No, I'm sorry, $1,400 in rent, and probably about $450 in rental car. So that's why I can't just go back to the USA and make a quick trip. Why would I do that? I'm not saving money, Dark Brother. Unless you can show me how much money that I'm going to have after 4 months, then you can't say anything else because you keep avoiding the question. So show me how much money in that situation and map it out. Say 400 here, 200 here, like map it out, then I'll listen to you. At least if you went to America for a part each year, you'd be getting. So that is the part. So this is where Tom and I probably agree. I think this is what he's saying. So Social Security, well, I requested to see if I qualified because you need 40 credits to get retirement, at least for my age and everything. So they sent me the paperwork back and they said I had exactly 40 credits. So technically, just by that definition, I qualify for Social Security. But I think they will break down how much you will be expected to get each month. And mine was low, man. I think mine was like $920. So the thought at least ran across my mind. I was like, damn, it wouldn't be anytime soon, though. It wouldn't be this year. It wouldn't be next year. And I thought, what if I go back for like 5 months a year, just crank out like any crap job, like a driver's job probably, just so that I get the Social Security. So basically, when I looked at my expected amount, it said I had 12 years of zero. It was 10 or 12 years of zero. So what happens if you go work and you earn over, I think, $3,000 or $4,000 a month, you will get 1 year of credit. So what will happen is if I went back, I definitely wouldn't go back for 10 years though. I might go back for like 4 or 5, not full length, not meaning going back for that full length of time, but maybe I'd go back for like 6 months, 4 years in a row, or some kind of situation like that, and get those zeros knocked out. And that would bump me up to about $1,200 or $1,300 under certain scenarios. But remember, I've always told you guys, I've never, even when I was a kid, when I was younger, older, I've never expected to retire with whatever I retire with. I don't even know if it's going to come. That is illegal because they passed the minimum wage. Fast food workers, $20 an hour. I don't think it's $20 an hour outside of San Francisco, but it's definitely not in Vallejo. I know that for a fact. Can I retire on $2,000 a month? If you live my lifestyle, easily. If you have a lot of vices, probably still. If you have a lot of vices that you can't control, maybe not. But $2,000 is almost 2.5 times what I spend here. And how's the healthcare? Never had healthcare then or now. Can you not find it? So I could take teaching jobs out here, but the teaching jobs are almost the equivalent of me going back to the USA. I would go make $600, $800 a month, but I would have to go to work 4 days a week, working 1.5 hours in the morning, 1.5 hours in the afternoon, 4 days a week. I don't want to do that. To basically come across with $100 or maybe break even, just not worth it. Yeah, that's what they can do. Some people don't take chances, man. Some people do. Not the Bay Area, Affordable South. I didn't see it. She was taking pictures of me? Dude, there is no cashier's job in Vallejo for $25 an hour. No, 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 no. I would love to know that one. Oh, is it 20 bucks all the way through? Wow. So, how do they classify fast food? So, is In-N-Out considered fast food? Is Bud's Burgers, which only a few people, the real Dark Brother will know Bud's Burgers. That's how we know who the real Dark Brother is. The real Dark Brother would know what Bud's Burgers is. Tom, I think you're right. I think that's what it is. I think they go by like your top. No. I think it's top 25 years. So it's top. I'm almost positive it's top 25 years. And I had multiple years with 0. So theoretically, if I went back for a few years at 5 or 6 months per year, it would knock some of those zeros out, which then would bump up the average to a higher payment. The grocery outlet supermarket, they were hiring. I know not for no damn 25 bucks. I love the grocery outlet, but I know damn well they ain't making 25 bucks there. Casper's hot dogs. I've never had Casper's actually. Yeah, it's 35. 35 or 25. It's one of those because I know it ended with a 5. I thought it was 25, but I think it could be 35. I think 35 might be the right answer actually. High minimum wage means less employees, affecting quality. Yeah, I think it's 35 years. I'm almost positive it's 35 years. Which for sure I will not work. I can't remember how many years. I guess I got credit for 20 years, right? If I had 40 credits. Maybe. But I know it didn't skyrocket like crazy. And even if it did, even if that did go up, then that means my rental car is not 20 or 25 bucks anymore. That means it's 30 or 35 bucks. That means food's not going to cost me $300 a month now. It's going to cost me $400 a month. So even if the pay is higher, all the rest of the bills are higher, which means I'm still going to come away with this small amount of money. 35, yeah. Eligibility threshold 10 years is the minimum. Okay, maybe that's what it is. Yeah, I think it's 35. I'm pretty sure that's correct. You guys ever used to flick the you guys ever used to do this? I was a professional at this. Let's see how far we can get it. You guys think I can get it far or no? Nope, it only got to that scooter. The Mona Lisa. Well, lucky I haven't had that. And I'm going to say it, man, it's my own opinion, but it's crazy when people don't leave countries or go travel and they're like, I would go to that country, but I'm terrified about my health. It's like crazy. It's like saying, why should I ever buy a car? I might get into an accident. But for me, I would never base my lack of traveling, not traveling, or going somewhere because I don't have health insurance or something could happen. Social Security Trust Fund nears insolvency, projected by someone to be 2033 while benefits will still be paid. Yeah, that's crazy. They say that all the time, though, man. They always say, man, it's not going to be here. Then people are really going to be crying. Imagine me going back to the USA for another 4 or 5 years to go be miserable. And then when it comes chance for my Social Security to be paid out, oh, sorry, we don't have any more money. And I'm going to say, what about those terrible 4 years that I went back to the USA and was miserable? And I only came back because I thought I was going to get more money in my Social Security. Oh, yeah, sorry, sir, we're out. Blame Dark Brother for that one. That's exactly what they would tell me. haven't had one of these in a while. These are kind of like they're called Revive. Imagine a Gatorade but carbonated. Social insecurity. Yeah, these are like a Gatorade that's carbonated, basically. That's the best way I can describe them. Social insecurity. Yeah, logically it should be, but you always hear the threats and the back and forth between the political parties threatening it's not going to be there. So it's always in the back of people's mind. Each line of immigration was 150 people. I paid for the fast. I'm assuming you're talking about Ho Chi Minh, right? I'm assuming Ho Chi Minh. Bringing 34, how is that better? It's not better than China, that's for damn sure. Because in China, I'll be saving $3,400 minimum a month, not in 3 or 4 months. China, I'll be making $4,000 a month, and all you got to pay for is basically food and entertainment because they provide you an apartment and it's $4,000. At least the jobs that I was applying for were, or I think the lowest one was $3,800 a month. So for me, China would be a much better option for me. And logically, if I was just only going to make a little bit of money, like $3,400, which is like what? 900, no, not even 9, like $800 a month, I would just teach English in Vietnam and make $800 a month. It's not excuses. I'm just telling you why I don't do it. It's not excuses. If it worked for me, I would do it. But I weigh all these options that you guys bring up. I've thought of them. And in the end, they're either worth it or they're not worth it. Enjoy your 30s, 40s, 50s, traveling with food, health, and no regrets. Yeah, that's my backup plan. Luckily, I wish I was breaking even more consistently, but we are still not in bad shape as far as this year. So I don't even have to think about anything this year. Why would I have to rent a car to get around in China? What? I wouldn't even drive a car in China. I would be either in Guangzhou, Shenzhen, which has a great transportation system. I would not be I won't rent a car in any other country. I don't know where you got renting a car in China. So in China, I'd get $4,000, boom, right? And they give you a nice apartment. Nice is subjective, but I've seen 2 people that I know, they got decent apartments. I would have been happy with them. So the only thing that you're paying is food, which is not as cheap as Vietnam, but it's definitely not too much higher, maybe about 20 to 30%, if that. And then entertainment. And you guys know I don't do much entertainment, so I'm easily pocketing well over $3,000 a month in China. I would be living in Vallejo, and all the jobs are across the bridge. I've never had a job in walking distance ever in my whole life. Never. Where do you think I'm going to get a job in Vallejo? Vallejo is dead, man. China might be the way to go. About 4 to 5K in China. Yeah, I wonder how many people end up passing off going traveling, passing off doing things they want because they say, you know what, I'll just wait till I retire. And then guess what happens? Either they die before they retire, or when they retire, they're too banged up, beat up, or shortly after they retire, they die. What's that like? Hey, you worked 40 years, pat on the back, Grandpa. Oh, 2 months later, you have a heart attack and fall over and die. Well, too bad. I guess you should have traveled earlier. I could do whatever I want as long as I make money. That's the one thing about me that I've always been good with, is that I always can come up with money. I wish faster and I wish more, but when I need to come up with money, I can come up with money. Dark brother, it's not about how much you make. Tell me how much my bills would be out there. Tell me how much my bills would be out there. $25 an hour ain't nothing when you're spending $20 an hour on freaking all your bills. Bino, what's up, buddy? You have to travel and enjoy yourself? Yeah, I mean, if it just keeps going in the same pattern that it's going now, then it's only going to get better. Speaking of, we just crossed 14,000 subscribers. We are trying to hit 15,000 as soon as possible. Being on flights doesn't make you impressive? I don't know what you're talking about. Impressive. Being broke does time to get your priorities right. Show me where you can get $1,000 studio in Vallejo. Show me where. And then what am I walking away with? $1,200? $1,200 each month? Nah, I'll pass. I appreciate you thinking about me though, but I'll pass on that one. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. I'm hoping that we can hit 15K soon because we're gonna do a 15,000 subscriber meetup. So we have about 900 more subscribers to go. Hopefully we can hit it in the next month or so. So I'm assuming the meetup will probably be late March. I used to live down there, man. I lived on Kentucky Street. I was paying $1,200 back then when I moved out. I lived on Kentucky and Mare Island Way. Can you bring a box on an airplane? I don't know how that works. I'm assuming you can, but you're going to pay for it. Unless you can fit it in your international check-in if you're coming from the U.S. or something. Usually when I come from the U.S., it's 50 pounds that you can do without charge, usually with most international flights. Man, big thumbs up to all you guys. 46 people, man. Where's it subsidized housing at? Dark Brother's trying to tell me about my city that I was born and raised in and lived, 37 years of probably my life there. The topic? What topic? It's not if, but when you have a major medical event, no insurance, mean you're going back to the States to work. If I survive, for one. If two, it would depend on how much it cost. Arriving in Danong Sunday. Hopefully things getting back to normal. Oh, very nice. Bino is back. Are you staying in the same area or where are you staying at? Streets of Philadelphia. Yeah, this is Philadelphia right here. Philadelphia, Vietnam. Look. This is called Little Philly. This is where they have all the Subway, the hoagie rolls and the Philly cheesesteaks. And the Philly cheesesteak is so popular that they have to have all these scooters because there's so much traffic in Philadelphia that they have to weave in and out to get you your Philly cheesesteak sandwiches as quick as possible. You forget, man, I have people in Vallejo that I speak to on a weekly or a daily basis. My coworker tells me everything that's going on in the Bay Area. He travels throughout the Bay Area every single day. I still contact my brother. I still contact people, man. I still know what stuff's going for. Like just the other day, my mom called me and told me, you're not going to believe it. It's $8 per pound of ground beef here at Safeway. And then she told me she went to Costco, saw 2 ribeye steaks for $45. And she was like, that's the cheapest ones I seen too. Hi, Ramadan Murbach. I didn't learn my lesson. Bino does a wrestling podcast. He should focus on 1986 to about 1998. That's the perfect wrestling time frame. Yeah, that's crazy. So we're paying, well, I'm paying out here about $3.75 a pound. It's a little bit under $4 a pound at Mega Market. So it's about 50% less than what you guys are paying back there. Owning a pay, so for me, it would be a dream. So unless my mindset changes, I would never want to buy a house besides for a rental property. I would never want to buy a house and then be cemented down to that location, living there for 30 years and paying it off. But if I was going to buy a house, it would be to rent it out and make money off of it while I travel and get my house paid off and collect whatever extra money. I was in the UK for an island for a month paying $1. No, not $1 for no bag. Come on now. Now maybe those are like the nice fancy like cloth bags or something. But if you're telling me like those little plastic bags or like those little flimsy, they call them reusable bags, but they tear after one or two uses. No way could those be $1. I remember those were 10 cents, 15 cents a bag or something. 52 people, man. I appreciate it. This is Philadelphia, Vietnam. No, man, come on, not no $1. I cannot believe that. I just can't believe that. Dude, because sometimes people need 5, 6, 7 bags. 4? That's going to cost you $6 or $7 just for the bags. Yeah, that's going to be crazy when I go to the USA and find out, like, I wonder how much shock I'm going to get if and when I go back to the USA. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm thinking they must have been selling him like those nice fancy bags that have like logos and people bring them to picnics and stuff, because $1, they're insane if they're going to think someone's going to buy that. But they do have the big ones like at Mega Market that have like the draw handles, and they're like almost like a tarp type of cloth. And those are like, I think 15,000 or something, which is like 50 cents, 40 cents or something. Jeez, that's insane. Yeah, my ground beef is I know my ground beef is under $4 here. I would say it's a little over $3.50. Well, we could figure it out real quick. I usually get it for 190,000 VND, and that's per kilo. So 190,000 off the top of my head is something like $7.80 or something. So let's just call it $8 a kilo, and then a pound is like a little less than a half a kilo. Yeah, so I'm getting ground beef for about $3.75. Somebody is pocketing that cash. That's crazy. The only thing I could think of is because of Tet. Everyone's coming back from Tet. Was it locals or was it Westerners? 332, yeah, sounds about right. I thought for some reason, you know why? Because I think last time it was 200,000. The first time I went to Mega Market, it was 190 a kilo, and I think the last time was 200. But yeah, it's right around 350. It's definitely under $4 a pound for ground beef here. And the ground beef is not bad. I make my burgers out of it, and it's perfectly fine to me. I get that from Mega Market, and I get my mozzarella cheese. I get my mozzarella cheese from there too. I don't really get too much stuff from Mega Market though. Only a couple of few ingredients and things. El Feo. No, I went to the market. I went to the Bachmayan. They wanted to charge me more than Mega Market. That's how I was like, huh? I was like, are you kidding me? And they're like, yes, yes. And I go, Mega Market. And then they just like looked at me. But they wanted, I think she told me it was over 2, but I think it was like 225,000. And I was like, screw that. I was like, I'll just go to Mega Market and go get it for cheaper. I only will buy stuff at markets if I can't find it anywhere else, or the majority of the time, if it's cheaper. That's why I tell you guys, check your prices at your market, man. Like bell peppers are basically the same. Sometimes they're more expensive at the market than they are at Moon Milk. You guys want me to open up so much businesses, but remember, businesses mean money. I'm stuck in neutral. That's the problem. I'm stuck in neutral. I'm in that stuck. I'm like a 4-wheel drive car that's spinning its wheels and it's stuck in the mud. I just need that one tire to catch, get out of that mud, and then get back onto the pavement. That's what I need. I just need one video or one collaboration or something like that to spark the channel a little bit, and then start making consistent money. And then that's going to lead to more travel. More travel is going to lead to more revenue. More revenue is going to lead to more travel. So that's what at least the goal is. So put it this way, if I had money, I would think about a business. I wouldn't rush into a business at all, because for one, you're going to need a partner, I believe. But I kind of think you don't necessarily need a partner. I would have to look. That's how much I don't know about business, and I would have to think about it for a while. But the first step is the money. Money's step number one before I even contemplated that. I am successful at life hacks. I like making things simple. Everything in my life is about making things simple, because I literally live the philosophy. Work smarter, not harder. Why should you work harder? That's how I like it. So for me, I try to use my brain and say, what's the easiest route to get from point A to point B? What's the easiest way to do X to Y? Like, that's just my way that I like to live life. Sell banana bread. Man, you guys know what else is good? I made some homemade cinnamon rolls, and I just tried 2 quick samples earlier today. They're in my fridge, all rolled up, ready to be cut. If you guys stick around, I might show you guys them. They are upstairs. And actually, you guys will be proud, because I did a bunch of chores today. I washed about 99% of the dishes. The other 1% I'm letting soak. I put all my laundry away because I finished my laundry up. But I'll let you guys see these cinnamon rolls if you guys stick around for a little bit. It's almost like no amount of money is ever enough for the Vietnam expats. For me, I would be extremely happy if I just break even. If I break even, meaning nothing comes out of my pocket and it's just like a recycling thing that I live here for free, I make video, I grow, I live here for free, I make content, I grow. That's 100% fine for me. I would gladly do that for another year, maybe even 2 years, just breaking even. I'd be perfectly happy with that because I know the craziest thing that I've kind of learned about YouTube is if you just keep sticking at it and you keep doing YouTube, finally stuff will start to catch and start to pick up. Especially if I have over 1,000 videos that are gonna always earn money. Like if I stop doing YouTube now, those videos are still gonna make me money. So for me, it's just like me just buying enough time for the time to come by. Yeah, I don't think you need a partner here. And the Philippines, I can't remember. I think in the Philippines you need a partner too. Because if they don't go together, working smarter and harder don't go together. Working harder is like taking a shovel and digging a ditch one shovel at a time. Working smarter is paying $50 to get a hoe and dig it out with a tractor and hoe, a backhoe, and dig it out in 2 minutes. That's working smarter compared to working harder. Opening Krispy Kreme. That is what's missing in Da Nang, is definitely a good donut place. The donut dough is just not right. It's just not right. That's what the majority of pizza places also had a problem with here. The dough is just not right. American pizza we like. Detroit Motor City Pizza I like. 00 is just basically, I would like to go try Detroit Motor City Pizza again so that I can compare it again to 00. Oh, you know what? I'm going to give a plug on a specific pizza that I just had the other night that I have to give a thumbs up. So I've never been a giant Gordon's fan, Gordon's Pizza. I've had their pepperoni. I think I've had their combo one time. And it was okay. It's never been bad or nothing. But it's just always been okay to me. But I tried, I think it was called like the Beef Lovers or Beef something. It basically comes with beef, bell pepper, and like a sour cream or some kind of sauce. It's kind of like a pizza version of a Philly cheesesteak. And I'm going to give that thing a big thumbs up. If you were going to go to Gordon's, try that beef, bell pepper, and whatever that sauce was. It has a name, but to me that was a good pizza, much better than the 2 other times I was there. If you open a biz, you can then get a 2-year visa. Oh yeah, you know what? I just spoke to a guy that just did that. Right before I went on live, I was coming down the elevator and I was talking to this guy. He has a TRC and a business visa. So I guess that's how he got it. What's the cheapest you can open a business? He told me, these are his words, that there's no set threshold, but I do not know about business visas and open up a business, so I'm the wrong person to ask on that. Online jobs are basically going to either be teaching jobs or they're going to be some kind of specialized skill like IT or program developer, stuff like that. Cheers. Ding. Da Nang Little Caesars. You know what? For as bad as people dog Little Caesars, if you get Little Caesars like the 2.5 minutes that they're freshly made and they're coming out and they're just done, Little Caesars pizzas are not that bad for $6 if you get them right fresh when they're done. But I haven't had Little Caesars in maybe 5+ years. No, so basically how most Asian countries work, an American or a foreigner can't really get hired at a job that a local can do. And that's how it should be. I guess theoretically that probably should how it be, because That's probably how it should be in the USA. You can't get hired in the USA as a tourist or foreigner unless it's a specialized job that locals can't do. Hot and ready. They have a little. Are you sure? That blows me away if they have Little Caesars, but I can almost guarantee you it's probably not the $5 hot and ready, you just come and pick it up. Because I noticed that about Sizzler. When I went to Sizzler in the Philippines, I was like, oh, look, Fluffy, there's Sizzler. They have a buffet, they have a taco buffet, a spaghetti, like spaghetti comes with it. You get like all these different things, chicken, like that's how the Sizzlers worked in the USA. But she was like, no, there's no buffet. And I was like, that's exactly what Sizzlers is. And she's like, no, it's not the buffet here. And I was like, whoa. Is it like the same philosophy? It's just like pepperoni or I think when I used to get the hot and readies, they only had like the pepperoni, the combo, and the cheese. And they just make them and then just give you one for $6 or whatever. That's crazy if it's in Cambodia. I would almost eat that just because I haven't had. I would do that. I would have some pizza of Little Caesars just to be like, I ate Little Caesars in Cambodia. That's crazy. I can't believe Little Caesars is way out there. But I remember Little Caesars before Hot and Ready. I don't know exactly when they changed that, but I remember people used to order. Little Caesars used to have a giant pizza. It was so long, and you would order that. They had all kinds of different pizzas. Yeah, what's up with all these damn seafood pizzas, man? I don't know why Asia does that, but they put corn on the pizza, they put seafood, and it's just like some of these pizzas are just wrong. Import tariffs? I didn't see it. I forgot. It's probably news time in the USA right now. It's probably news time. With salad bar, okay, so they have it there. So do you pay for the buffet and then you can just go up there and get anything? Yeah, I don't understand this whole. In Asia, they're just so obsessed with corn. I don't understand. I don't understand the corn obsession here. They love corn. Sizzler is very popular in Thailand. Wow. I don't know if I've ever seen a Sizzler in Thailand. But you know what? Now that I kind of think of it, I think there is. For some reason, I think there was a Sizzler either inside the Terminal 21 Mall or like right outside nearby the Terminal 21 Mall. Yeah, that's the other thing. Corn with cheese. I don't understand the corn with cheese thing. I understand corn with butter, but I don't understand it. 2 pizzas in a huge paper tray and a bag. Pizza. Oh, yeah. See, I think that's the one I was thinking of. And yeah, it used to, like, you'd be able to rip the top. It wasn't like a box. It wasn't a box. It was like the top. You could just rip like a Christmas present. I don't know why that kicked me out. Was Sizzlers that I ate it? I definitely had it in the early days, but I don't remember much. And then I think the last time I can remember having it was like early 2000s, like 2007 or something like that. Carl's Jr. very nice. I always like Carl's Jr. But Carl's Jr. It was always too expensive. It was always usually like 2 times more compared to McDonald's or Burger King. But man, I used to love their Superstar. I think that was the burger. There was a Famous Star and a Superstar. Carl's Jr. used to be in Saigon. How's the McDonald's Coke there? Now that you mention it, I think so. There's a weird thing with Cokes here. So there's 3 different Cokes I always notice. There is a like no sugar Coke. There's a light sugar Coke, and there's a regular. And even the regular, I don't feel has as much sugar. So Coke is a little bit different, I believe here. Vietnam podcast. I would love, man. You know what? I would love to do a podcast, but I need to figure out because I don't have a studio. I don't have anything like that. So I would need to figure out what would the video be while I'm doing the audio podcast? Because I would love to do an audio podcast, but I don't know how to somehow convert an audio podcast and make it visual so that I can upload them as videos. But I would love to do a podcast, like kind of basically what Evan does on video, like with his like, oh, this person came from Russia. Like I would love to do audio podcast. Hardee's? Yeah, I don't know about Hardee's. Coke Freestyle? I don't know what the freestyle machine is. You press it and then it starts freestyle rapping or something, or what? Let's see if we can get to 50 thumbs up. Can we get a few more thumbs up? And if you guys have not subscribed, this is the quick timeout. Listen up, guys. This is the Will Travels channel. Please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. It does help the channel grow. It does push it out to a larger audience. If you guys want, please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. Please hit the share button so your friends and family can find out about this channel. And one more chance, please hit the subscribe button so we can get closer to the goal of 15,000 subscriber meetup. So return you back to your normal in progress show. Yeah, man, I would love to do. So when I was in college, I did a audio sports podcast. I would love to do audio stuff, but I need to figure out how do I do that on YouTube so that I can crank out audio podcast, but somehow visually where people watch it. That's the big trick. Coca-Cola Freestyle, the touchscreen. Oh, okay. I know what you guys are talking about now. No. They don't have those machines. Plus, 99% of the restaurants here, you do not even touch the soda machine. So remember, back in the USA, the soda machine's usually out by the customer so we can pour our own drinks. In Asia and Europe, they don't do that. They don't trust us. So they pour you your drink in the back, and that's it. There's no such thing as free refills in Asia. At least that is what Agenda Free TV says their video currently streaming. Let me scroll back up there. I must have missed that. I see. Good morning, Vietnam. Taco Bell in Kuala Lumpur allows one free refill. That's a thing that just blew my mind when I first noticed it in Europe. I went to Europe and I was like, where's the soda machine? And then I was finally realized, oh, it's in the back over there. And I was like, that's weird. And I was like, I gotta go ask them. Now I'm gonna have to like go inconvenience them and ask them to get a refill. And I think the first time I was there, I asked them for a refill and they were like, they looked at me crazy and I was like, what? They're like, no, we don't do refill. You have to buy another soda. And I was like, what? I was like, no refill? And they're like, no. Same thing in Asia, man. No refills. It's a very weird feeling coming from Asia or coming from the USA. OBS Studio. I do have OBS Studio and I've used it The few times that I used to do my live stream on my laptop. Um, but I accidentally reset all the default settings, and now I'd have to go back.
Sorry, and close 15 minutes.
Closing in 15 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, Q Mark is closing in at 12?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
I had OBS and I like reset all the settings, and then I would have to go back through them, and I'm sure I could figure it out again because I figured it out the first time. But I used to use OBS when we would do live streams because I would show you guys my laptop and I would show you like websites and stuff like that. I actually like doing that. Smaller cup size and no refill. Yes. That's another thing. The cups are smaller. So not only do you get a smaller drink, but there's no refills. A medium drink at McDonald's here is small in the States. I don't doubt it. Yeah, I guess like the refill thing never caught on here. It never caught on here. Man, I appreciate all you guys sticking around, man. I think at one point we had 50. I think it's a double-edged sword, though, really. So AI is great because it gives you the quick answers and stuff like that. But in the long term, it doesn't make you think and it doesn't make you figure out how you got to the answer. So it's like a calculator. Remember, like everyone had to like write down on a piece of paper and carry the 1 over and carry the 2 over. Now you could just punch it into a calculator and you don't know how it does it. So I don't know. It's got a pros and cons. It's the same thing like when people talk about, man, I used to travel in 1994 before maps. And then you think like, damn, how the hell did you travel without a cell phone or Google Maps? Blockbuster store. Oh yeah, you're not going to find no damn 64 ounces. And actually the 2 liters here are really 1.5 liters. The weather is pretty decent. I think it was cloudy the past 2 days, and I think there was a little bit of drizzle the past 2 days, but today was sunny, and then I think for the rest of this week, it's going to be sunny. I think it's only going to be a little gloomy and cloudy, I think on Thursday or Friday of next week. At least that's how it looked as of late. No literate in Asia. 3 liters of soda? No, 1.5 liters. So here, there's no such thing as a 2 liter. They give you like 1.5. I guess Q-Mart is closing and look at this. It's crazy. They're closing at 12, but look, open 24 hours. No 7-Elevens even. No 7-Elevens in Da Nang. And unfortunately, even if you go to the Ho Chi Minh 7-Elevens, there's no Slurpee. So even if you find 7-Elevens out here, like in Thailand and stuff, no Slurpee machine. I don't know why the Slurpee didn't catch on. If I was the 7-Eleven, I would make all the franchises have Slurpee machines. If you say 7-Eleven, that's what the first thought that should come to your mind is Slurpee. I don't know how anyone else's first thought of 7-Eleven could be anything besides Slurpee. What made you settle there compared to other cities in Vietnam? Very simple. I could sum it up in probably 3 words. Cheaper, better, or able to do visa run. Those 3 reasons. So let me see. Cheaper than Ho Chi Minh, cheaper than Hanoi. Better than any city I think I've technically been to in Da Nang. and then ability to do the visa run. My cities that I like after Da Nang don't allow me to do a visa run. I like Hue, I like Wien Yan. Those two cities do not have a bus visa run from them. No Slurpees. China and Vietnam soon. Yeah, I didn't want to let that secret out, but yep, Donald Trump will be coming here to Vietnam, and I'm going to be touring him around Pallet and George Costanza. He might like George Costanza, but if he's not a George Costanza guy, I'm definitely taking him to Bikini Bottoms because I know me and the Don can go hang out and go get a classic double-double. And I think he's a man that loves a milkshake, and Bikini Bottoms has a pretty solid honeycomb milkshake. So I'll probably even, if Donald Trump shows up and we go to Bikini Bottoms, I will even foot the bill. So you guys will see me pay for that meal if Donald just accepts my invitation to Bikini Bottoms. Definitely Slurpee, and then Big Gulp, I would say. Let me bring this chair over here. Thank you. So I guess we're gonna go upstairs now. I think a lot of places will start opening Monday. I don't think everything will be open Monday, but supposedly our tea place will be open, and maybe a few other places. And then from that point, it's whenever the hell people show up. But I think places will open up Monday. Yeah, the Slurpee is definitely the one. Yeah, that's a good question because I remember last year, our Che place. Let's see, our Che place, and I think the Che place didn't open up for like a whole month after everyone else opened. So these places aren't going to open up for a while. But I think a good amount of places will open Monday. What's my favorite meal? That's tough. I like what I had tonight. I like M Kitchen steak. Uh, I love the fried spring rolls at Com Tam Ut Van. I love the banh mi at the stir fried beef banh mi place, as it seemed originally in March at 100%. Write it back. Why don't you go back to America? Get a job as an ICE agent? Hell no. Then freaking I'll get shot or some kind of controversy? Hell no. I have not went to um, a steakhouse here, unless you consider M Steak might be considered one. But I heard Olivia's steakhouse is good, and I heard they have a good burger. So my buddy Ray, if he's watching this, he told me he's gonna take me to Olivia's Steakhouse, and he promises me that they have the best burger. So, you guys want to see my? Where's it at? Oh, here we go. You guys want to see my cinnamon roll? Little cinnamon roll. Let me wash my hands. Let me show you guys the cinnamon rollness. Here we go. Where is it at? There we go. Actually, I got a couple of things to show you guys. First, I made some homemade caramel. You guys want to see this? The easiest and best caramel sauce you guys can ever have. I made some homemade peanut butter the other day. Only 3 ingredients. It is in the fridge, so it's a little bit harder. But that is homemade 3 ingredient peanut butter. Let me put these back. And then, this is what you guys, I think, been waiting for. Let's unroll this one. This is the cinnamon roll that I've tested earlier today. Look at this. You see that? Look at that. And then what you do, and then I pop it into the air fryer. Technically I did use the blender device, but I didn't use the blender attachment. I used the food processor attachment. I used the food processor attachment. First time in November. Ah, very nice. But it's not a Cinnabon, because I think a Cinnabon is different. So, let's see. Let me see if I caught up with all these. I think Carmel, California. I've been to Carmel, California. Actually, I enjoy the city of Carmel. I enjoy the city of Carmel. Why can't I think of the damn border city now? Pacific Grove, 17-mile drive, and Santa Cruz. And I really like Capitola too. Some of you guys might know about Capitola. Pebble Beach. I took a drive down Pebble Beach, and I turned out at a lot of those spots. I had lunch out there. I had a glass of champagne out there. That's how long ago that was, because I had alcohol. That must have been like 2018 maybe. Business donuts, real deli sandwiches, good Mexican food. Those 3 things for sure. What else pops in my head? No, so she would do the border run with me, but because she goes back to the Philippines a couple times a year, our visas never usually line up correctly. But I think this will be the last time she goes to the Philippines this year. So I think we are going to get caught back up on the same visa. And I think once that happens, I think we're going to do a flight out of Vietnam to do a flight border run. But I'm 99% sure that I'll do a bus visa run at the end of March, unless something comes up and I do a flight visa, but I doubt that. My rough goal is to go to Malaysia and Cambodia this year, and I'm assuming those would be by flights. So my next visa run will be at the end of March. So then my next visa run will probably be end of June, which would be either Malaysia or Cambodia, and then September would be whatever country I didn't go to after that. That's my rough idea as far as how I'm going to do it. Don't know if I'll go to Cambodia first or Malaysia first. Probably Cambodia first is probably what my guess is. I would travel the whole world if I had money. If like I said, if someone was like, "Hey, this is what's his name of Ukraine? Zelensky. If Zelensky was like, "Hey, we'll fly you over here. We'll put you in a hotel. Just do 3 videos and talk about your real experience in Ukraine." I'd fly out to Ukraine and I'd go do a video there. I'd go to Afghanistan. So for me, I want to go everywhere. It's just the money right now. Bangkok, Bangkok is not scheduled, and it wouldn't be a visa run most likely, but who knows? Maybe something might pop up. Maybe there'll be a video opportunity or something. But as far as planned or anything, not as of now. More than send me the front lines. Well, if they can guarantee it wouldn't be that, then I would go. I've been to 10 countries in Asia now, though. I don't know technically off the top of my head. I don't know how many countries are in Asia. I'm going to guess 30. Would that be right? 30 countries in Asia? I'm going to say like 32. I was going to say 31, but for some reason 32 sounded better. Maybe someone would know that. How many countries in Asia? I never did e-commerce. What I did was, I would buy and resell stuff, and I had a big, large 10 by 20 storage. So what I would do is I would go out. I know where to get stuff for free, cheap, or things that I could repair really easy or pay someone to repair and turn around and make a good profit. But everything was product that I had on hand that would be stored at my storage unit. 48. I didn't know there was that many. So 48, that would be nice if I can do. So I would get another 38 countries in if I did all of Asia, which would give me a total of 58 countries. 58? Yeah. So it'd give me 58 countries. Yeah, but realistically, the 60% is basically damn near made up. That 60% is made up 90+% of India and China. That's why. Take out India and China and give me that stat. Because I think Philippines is only like 40 million people. Like, Philippines has as many people in their whole country that California has in the state. I think... No, you know what? I take it back. I think the Philippines has like 100 million. I feel like they have either 90 million or 120 million. I don't want to do tours. That's the one thing I don't want to do. I've seen a lot of people do those like in Europe and stuff. And it's just... You're just killing your time. You're just... That's a reason why I enjoy doing the in-persons. But they're draining, man. I did 2 in 1 week, and they're pretty draining. I'm not going to file anything during tax season because obviously I didn't make enough money. I didn't hit the threshold. So for me, I won't file anything. And even if I did make a good amount of money, I've lived here 11 out of the past 12 months. And I would have made under $128,000. So that's the FEIE rule. It says if you live in a country for 11, if you're out of the United States for 11 out of the 12 months of the year and you make under 128,000, you do not have to pay taxes. You would have to file your taxes, but you wouldn't have to pay up to 128,000. 120 million. Yep, we are just about to get off in a second, but we'll do a quick 2-minute warning. Man, I appreciate it, man. We had over 30 people practically the whole time. And I think a couple times we hit 50. Yeah, but I don't make enough money. So I think you have to make what do you have to make federally back in the USA? I think like 15. I think it's like 15 or 17 or 12,000, something like that. A traveler I watched said Japan. I don't know. I haven't been to Japan enough. I know Japan's more, but no matter what, in Japan, you're going to get way less bang for your buck because if you go look at a hotel in Japan, it's probably going to be half the size that it is in Thailand. Moving, will they be doing moving the cruise ships for winter storage in Florida to Europe within a month or two? I don't know how I would do a cruise. I never really had an interest. Um, I don't know. I don't know if I would do a cruise because I don't drink. So I would just be trapped on a boat with a lot of food and drunk people karaokeing and maybe bowling or something. I don't know what else they do on cruise ships. I don't know what else they do on those cruise ships. Let's give a plug to this 100% maple syrup. Look how thin it is. I didn't realize maple syrup was so thin. The shipping price would kill me. That's the problem. So how I would do it, for example, I would go out basically every day in the USA. I would go to Goodwills. I would go to places called Savers. I would go to like Salvation Army. I would contact people on Facebook and they would say like, "Hey, I got a PlayStation 3, but the power won't come on." And I know how to fix those. So I would say, oh, "Okay, how much do you want for them?" And people would say like, $20, or they would say, "Just come pick it up. I don't want it." I would go get it, I would fix it, and then I would turn around and I'd put it on eBay or Craigslist or other little spots that I knew to sell, and then I would sell stuff like that. So for me, I would always have the products on hand, and they were mostly used products most of the time. Like there's some stuff that would just blow your mind away. Like I didn't realize how valuable certain stuff was until I started like selling on eBay. But shipping even back in the USA, I remember I had to send like a TV. I got this. It was like a 1990s TV. You guys probably had one or seen it, and it had like Mickey's ears. It had Mickey ears. It was a Disney TV with a built-in VCR, and I sold one of those during COVID. Didn't even have the remote. It was used. But it was like basically a lot of people couldn't find them. So someone bought that TV and it was like 300. I think they bought it for $325. So I packaged it up and I sent it to, I don't know where they were at, Kentucky or something like that. And it still cost me like $48 or something crazy. But it was a 20-inch or something TV. But shipping from here back to the USA to like an eBay customer, no, wouldn't be possible. The shipping would already be more than what I would get, and then the time that it takes to get back there, I would have a negative review on my eBay. Federal aid? I don't know. I don't think I qualify for anything like that. Over 5 days would get old. Oh, yeah. So when I stopped doing eBay, they just implemented that little promo. Like you could pay like 3% or 5%. I don't know if it still works that way, but that's how it was happening. But I think that just kicked in when I just finally stopped doing eBay. Do North Korea. I think you can get in North Korea if you go through China and do a tour. I think you can get in that way. All right, guys, one last chance to hit that thumbs up button if you have. If you haven't, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, please do. Damn, it's already Friday. Tomorrow's Saturday. I'm going to try to shoot another video. I have 2 ideas, and I'm going to weigh out which one I'm going to shoot, and hopefully the weather will be good. Hopefully I'll shoot a video tomorrow, and then we'll do some kind of live stream from somewhere, but I appreciate it for all you guys sticking around. Big thumbs up. And remember, I think it was yesterday we went over 14,000 subscribers. I appreciate it. Thank you guys very much. You don't got to go home, but you got to get the hell out of here.